Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. StratGamer here, providing you the new Anno 1800 episode today. And as you can see, we are in the Arctic. A couple of you have asked for me to do a video in the Arctic, and it was a good time because I needed to work on my Arctic for my Scholar Run series. So we are in the Scholar Run where we are trying to get as much population as we can without having any export import. And this is not at all the Arctic done. This is more to show you what is my Arctic right now. And my Arctic right now is basically a completely autonomous region. Nothing needs to be imported for it to work completely. So it's very, very different from many people. So I wanted you to see that before I destroy it to actually make as much population as I can from it. So that's what we're going to do in this first video. I'm going to show you a bit this Arctic right now, explain how it works, explain some of the great tips so that you can optimize your Arctic, and in particular optimize your gas production without importing a lot of canned food, importing a lot of alcohol and all of this. And then in the second part of the video, we will also look at what I'm planning to do before showing you, hopefully in a couple of days, this Arctic region finished with as much population as we can. Now I'm gonna try to target as many technicians as we can, all right, and a few explorers, of course, for production. I mean, right now I have 2,000 explorers and 5,000 technicians. That's nothing. I think we can definitely go to maybe something like 50,000. So let's try that. Okay, so first of all, let's look at my production. So for me to show you what I just said, which is that it is completely autonomous. So we select all of this, right? All the Arctic. As you can see, I'm producing more schnapps than I need directly in the Arctic. It's not coming from another. Similarly for the coal, I'm producing all of the coal we need. Similarly for the canned food. I'm even producing zinc and copper that nobody is using, right? Which will be sent. And no, it's not with mods or anything like this, right? This is the normal vanilla game, and I'm gonna show you how that's done. One thing I'm not producing is coffee, because I mean it's impossible to produce in. No, it's not impossible. Sorry, I could get some of it, but anyway, you don't really need it because it's only for the heat, and you're gonna use to see that I have items in my houses so that they don't really need heat, that much heat. Actually, they don't get sick. So a lot of gas, as you can see, 18, a lot of all of these, and pemmican. That's the main thing you need, right, for those houses. As you can see, I'm producing 30, 31, and only need 2. So definitely, that's where I was saying we can go for a production that's a lot higher than this. So it is, as you can see, I'm producing what I need, because we also need this here. The oil lamps, that's something important that you need. I'm producing 4 and only need 1. I'm not producing this, and this, because that's only for the heat once again. And one thing that is for population that I wasn't producing is a ski sled, because just once again, my goal wasn't to have the most population as possible. It was just to have enough population for all of these gas mines without bringing anything. So obviously that's one thing that's gonna need to change. When I go for the record of population, I'm gonna build some of these. So now let me explain how it works. And I mean, I guess it's good to start here, because a lot of things happen on those plateaus, right? This is where you have your gas mines, and this is also where I'm actually producing most of it, most of what I'm making. So let's look first at the gas mine. As you can see here, there's one, for example, covering those 3 with this Arctic launch. And for the gas mines, there's actually only 2 items, those 2 that are, so you can't find a third one, sorry about that. And this is the one that's producing zinc and copper. So that's how I'm getting zinc and copper. Now this one is also very important. You can see my pemmican cookhouse are actually on these plateaus. Why there? Well, because this is where I have most of my population, so this is where it's needed. Plus, in those plateaus, there's sort of a lot of lost space, right? Because you can't put farms and things like this. So I'll probably keep this idea of the pemmican cookhouse probably on the plateaus in the future. And let's see at the items, because this is critical. You see 3 key items. The first one is decreasing the workforce need by 50 and creating canned food. So that's where I'm getting my canned food. The second is increases productivity by 40. So that's quite nice. And the third is also very important because workforce need by 50. So we're now at workforce 0, right? And also oil lamps. So that's where I'm getting my oil lamps. So as you can see, 0 workforce. So that's why also I can put them on those plateaus where I don't even have any explorers, but it still works. And this is how I'm getting all of those byproducts, which are used on those houses, right? Why is that? I don't know. I'll check later. So all those houses are eating the canned food and using the oil lamps, so I don't need to transport it somewhere else. So that's the first big element, right? Is those cookhouse with 0 workforce, and those items really help a lot. And then you're gonna, so that's similar for all my plateaus. You can see all those plateaus, the cookhouse are here for this plateau, for example. If you look at this plateau, the cookhouse are here, and this plateau, the cookhouse are here. And then for all these houses, they're always also around an Arctic launch, where there are very, very few houses, like 1, 2, 3, 4 houses that are not covered, 5, sorry, that are not covered by an Arctic launch with these items. This one really using it for the Arctic flu chance, minus 40 again, plus reduces consumption of pemmican by 30%, which is quite nice, even if I'm producing tons of it. And then lastly, Arctic flu chance minus 30, so we are now at more than 100, so really that helps. And then the second is workforce plus 15%, which means that with, I need fewer houses and therefore fewer resources to get to the number of people that I need to power all these gas mines. Because you do know that those gas mines require 250 technicians, so that's quite a lot. And then, how is that working is because, no, not this one, but we can look at the roots of the Arctics. Is I'm producing a lot of what we need for the pemmican houses here. It all goes, to this reserve here, and then from the reserves, it goes to the different plateaus. So this one. No, this one is coming back. Sorry. So this is this one. Yeah. So I have these routes here, which just go from the reserve to the plateaus, and they deliver the oil, the caribou, and the coal, which is what you need to survive here, right? That's all we need. So as I said, it's all produced on all of these islands here, right, that you can see. You can see that they have a lot of caribou hunting cabins, which is needed for the pemmican. They also all have a lot of charcoal clean, because as I said, I'm not bringing any coal, right, in this current walkthrough to it, and then a lot of whaling stations to get the whale oil. All of these also have some items, as you can see, for example, here. These are the items that I've chosen. I may change them going into my next kind of max population, and then similar items then on the plateaus for the houses. And just to show you, this is what's happening everywhere. So once again, no mods are required for this. It's just normal. But it's obviously all of this is taking a lot of space, right? In particular, getting all of those charcoal clean. So now, if we're thinking about what I'm going to do next, is obviously delete all of those charcoal clean and just get the coal imported. I will also not, be as stingy on items to get workforce reduction, but more focus on productivity to optimize, each tile, right? Because if you take a production building like a cook house, if you put it, it's taking space, and if you increase the productivity, it means you need less of these, right? So you're freeing up space for more houses, especially for technician production buildings, right? Because I'm gonna try to have as many technicians as possible, given that they give you, of course, 20 and not 10 people in the house when it's full. So that's gonna be definitely one of the key elements, really to do that. And then the second will be also to produce, as I said, those husky sled, because I don't do that so far. These ones here, we're gonna need to produce some. We'll bring the coffee for sure. We'll have to see, we're gonna have a big production of pemmican, right, to feed all of these. We'll see if the byproduct is enough for canned food and oil lamps. Otherwise, of course, we'll have to produce some of it. And similarly for our schnapps, that's not a problem if we need to bring it, but we probably won't, once again, need it, given that we have those items in the house to reduce the chance of Arctic flu. So that's the plan. Don't hesitate if you have any questions, feedback on my current Arctic setup. Once again, the goal was really to bring nothing to the Arctic, to be completely self-dependent. So as a bit as little population as possible, in a sense, and good items to make that happen. Okay, so hope to see you in the next episode, where I'll show you the Arctic completely done, basically.